What's up? Good morning. What's up? Welcome to the ride. Welcome to the one and only Big Time Show. I am in the building. I'm rolling. What's going on, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. I'm always appreciative to those of you who wake up and this early and want to talk a little content. I don't do it just to be different. I do it because really At this particular time in my life, this is one of the few times where I can really talk. My day is really full these days. Uh, Rarely have time to really do it the way that I used to do it. So here I am. I hope that you would share. I hope that you would perhaps hit that like button for me. Y'all forgive me, my sinuses are draining this morning, so if you see me wipe my nose, you just have to forgive me. I'd rather do that than be embarrassed than have a whole lot of stuff, falling down my nose. Good morning to you. Listen, don't have a lot to say this morning, but I do notice a small trend that's happening, and there are parts of me that is starting to feel this way, and I just want to go ahead and put it out there that I praise. Forgive me if I don't see your comments. Obviously, I'm driving, so you guys be cool with me. What's up? I don't know who's here. I'll speak to you whenever I can look at it. But if I know what I think I know, I think I got a lot of my family members here that I consider those who have followed me for a while. Uh, I appreciate you guys hanging with me. Let me ask y'all this question before I get started. How do y'all like this little morning ride stuff? Do y'all like that? Do y'all like it? I'm just wondering. Do y'all like this little early morning, ride thing? It's not a lot, like I usually do it, but it's, I guess a little good way to connect early in the morning. How do y'all like it? Just let me know. Put it in the comments. If you're watching this a little bit later, obviously the live is over, but let me know, how do you guys like uh, this type of stuff? Just give me an idea. And I appreciate it. Listen, I want to start this off with this, and really this is all that I'm talking about today. That we have praised, at least I have praised Coach Schottenheimer and his, everything about him. To be honest with you, I have to admit that if it was my choice on who was going to be the next coach of the Cowboys, Brian Schottenheimer was not my choice. I'm not mad about it. It just was not my choice. Uh, but what I will say about Coach Schottenheimer is that he has checked every box for me, at least, in his communication. So that's really all that he's had. That's really the only stage. His leadership ability is there. We can't judge him as a head coach right now because uh, obviously the season hadn't started yet. There are little things that we can, take away. You may want to judge him for, not playing, his starters in the preseason. That could be debated. That's fine. Uh, I've seen guys on our team, in particular Dak Prescott, uh, who uh, has not played these games, but has had a very, strong year when he's healthy. So, I can come that as far as starters playing, and there have been starters playing. It just may not be the ones that you particularly want to see. The Daks, the C's, the Pickens, those type people. But our linemen have played. A lot of our defensive linemen have played. Our linebackers have played. I presume starters, or maybe a couple starters. I got a super chat here. Is this Owen in VR clips? How you doing, Owen? Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you, brother. Uh, but when it comes to Schottenheimer, y'all, I believe that he has pretty much checked the boxes of many people starting off. However, there's been a slight, shift, and it's going in the downwards direction because a lot of things that he has said has gotten, in my view, undergirded by Jerry Jones, and is almost making it seem like he's another puppet. He came out strong. Jerry and Steven were pretty quiet, but now Jerry has opened up his mouth and started doing what he does, even to the point where they talking about deference to the coaches and with Jerry, and everybody falls under Jerry, that type of thing. So slowly but surely, it's turning into what it always has been. I'm not gonna say a puppet yet because the jury is still out, but it's starting to take shape of a good. I don't want to say a yes man yet, but it's starting to lean that way. And so uh, when I hear that, I want to tell you guys that the honeymoon is almost over now. Because see, now we're getting real close to Philadelphia in September the 4th. And all of this, when there are obvious to me, when there are obvious deficiencies in this team, and Coach Schottenheimer will put lipstick on a pig in his press conferences and make it sound good and that. But when you're complaining, I heard him say something yesterday that I just kind of shook my head, and I shook my head really in the front office, really not Schottenheimer. But he was talking about Mozzie Smith, and he said in his press conference that Mozzie heard what Mozzie said and wanted to be great and all that type of stuff. And then he said this about Mozzie. He said Mozzie has a play where he showed him a great play, and he showed him how it's done. Mozzie had showed everybody in the field, the potential that he has. Then he has, these are his words. He said he has 2 or 3 plays in a row where it's not the standard. And I'm saying to myself, well, if it's not the standard, then I don't have a lot of hope, because this is one of the guys that you're going to be leaning on from a very important position at defensive tackle. And really what you just said was he'll have one good play and then 2 or 3 that are not the standard. And I'm saying, like, well, can we find the players that are reaching the standard? Because if this is what you're about to go to Philadelphia with, then I don't have a lot of hope right there. I don't know if y'all heard the press conference yesterday, but if you didn't, go check out Coach Schottenheimer's press conference from yesterday. You'll hear exactly what I'm saying about, at least that's an example of what I'm talking about. And if that is the case, and really what you're saying is you need more than help. I mean, I understand Mozzie is a rotational piece. I get it. But if he's not the standard, then shouldn't we be, is it on the bench? Is it in free agency? Where's the standard? Forgive me for that. Because if that's not what we're looking for, let me tell you something. Philadelphia had, well, at least last year, had the best offensive line in football. And if you got guys that can't get the job done, then I'm just simply saying, because see, in a few weeks, the honeymoon will be over. We gonna start criticizing Coach Schotty as a head coach. And if the standard is not there, I can't point the finger at Schotty, but of course, as always, the head coach is the one that's gonna take the bullet. We already know what Jerry and Steve are gonna do, and we'll point some fingers that way, but let's be honest. We're gonna point the finger at Schotty. So all of the stuff that we have complimented him for, and I'm still complimenting him, but when we started talking about, when you really look at it overall, we have the same questions about this team that we had at the beginning of the off season. I'll show you. Can we stop the run? We're still saying that. Number two, same questions. We knew Diggs was be hurt. They drafted Rebel. He's hurt. So the obvious question is, okay, what's our secondary gonna look like starting off? They ain't really made no moves. Same questions. And now we running out of time as far as even on cut days. If you decide to go get players from other teams, well, I mean, how effective really is that gonna be when they got to come in and learn a whole new system? And cut day is here, and then you got 2 weeks to get ready for Philadelphia. I mean, and as far as the roster goes, let's be honest. When you look at our team, there really are a lot of spots, y'all, that are available. When you really look at it, this team is pretty much almost set. You got a few spots at the bottom of the roster that may be still up for battle, but the meat of the nuts and bolts of our roster is already set. So you really need to just look at it and say, okay, what really did we do? Well, I mean, really, other than Pickens, because that's a major move. Other than Pickens, I might lean toward Izaraku, and I will lean to Booker because Tyler Booker is going to be incredible. And is going to be, I expect him to be big, but Booker is what I consider on the top end of the talent. He's a starter. We drafted him as one, and yeah, he's going to be incredible for us. But it's no question about him. We know what he's going to do. He's going to be our starting right guard. We know this. So I'm not. What really did we do? What real changes did we really make on defense? And I'm just trying to be honest. I like our linebackers, but did we solve the defensive line issue at all? And I know you saying, well, Sam Williams is gonna play. Maybe Marshawn Nealon is gonna take another big jump. Well, what I'm telling you is that they're gonna have to. That's what I'm saying. They're gonna have to because we didn't do nothing really to make a shocking difference. Not saying, well, if I look at it, if you were to ask me, all this yip and talk about running the ball, let's be honest, y'all. Can we be honest? I knew it wasn't going to happen anyway. Dak Prescott and his passing arm and these receivers and these tight ends are going to really have to put the points on the board. I believe they want to run when they want to, when they want to, but let's be honest, the strength of this offense is Dak Prescott and the passing game. It's no question. So You know, what really, what, what do we really do? Schottenheimer, he's going to have to take the bullets for the lack of attention to the real depth of this team at the hands of Jerry Stephen Jones. You might as well throw Will McClay. You throw Will McClay in there as well. Schottenheimer is going to have to take the bullets. Jerry and Steven get to hide in the press box. Will McClay, they get to hide. It's going to be Schottenheimer. Jerry going to get in front of the camera at the end of games and go, do all around the world answers. But Schottenheimer is the one that's going to have to answer the real questions. And I'm telling you, the honeymoon is going to be over. It's going to be over. Schottenheimer, listen, at Philadelphia, the way the Cowboys have looked in the preseason, and I understand it's preseason. I understand that a lot of guys aren't playing. However, if Dallas comes out against Philadelphia flat, I'm talking about like the offense is doing now. 3 or 4 straight 3 and outs. No yardage, no first downs, no nothing. If they come out flat, and we've seen Dak Prescott and the offense come out flat on many occasions, if they come out flat against Philadelphia, you can almost see right from the start how Schottenheimer's going to have to answer that, because they're going to start saying, should they have played in preseason? Can you explain why we get off to such slow starts? Can you explain why it took so long? You can see all of this getting ready to come place. They're going to have to come out hot. I'm serious. If the defense can't stop the run, if the defense are giving up 5-6 yards a pop, if the defense is getting ran over, if Olsen and Mozzie can't stop the run, if it's 11 guys that can't stop the run as a whole, Schottenheimer gonna take some bullets, man. The honeymoon gonna be over, and there's no room, because I'm telling you right now, there gonna be some people, and it ain't gonna be me, but there gonna be a lot of people. If they come out and get destroyed by Philly, I'm telling you right now, the heat will be like fish grease. Y'all understand what I mean by it? Before y'all drop y'all fish, y'all know how hot the grease got to be. There are going to be some people that's going to be asking for his job in his first year. I'm telling y'all right now. I'm telling you before he even gets started. And it's unfair to Schotty, because when it all boils down to it, see, I'm the one that's going to be calling out Jerry. I'm telling y'all right from the start. I'm going to let some of y'all blame Schottenheimer. Of course, there are going to be some questionable play calls from the offensive standpoint. There are going to be some questionable, I get that. That's part of the game. Jerry ain't got nothing to do with that. But I'm going to be hammering Jerry and Steve. If the Cowboys come out real flat, if we come out slow, if we don't look like we can really beat a lot of the good teams, I'm going to be blaming Jerry and Steve. I can tell y'all now, y'all can go to my brothers and sisters in the podcast world, and y'all can go for game analysis. I'm going to give a little game analysis, but I'm going to go after Jerry and Steven, because they did not equip this first-year coach and this first-year coaching staff the tools that it is needed to compete, if we're talking about real winning now. If we're talking about real winning, which is questionable considering what we heard Jerry Jones say, if we're talking about winning on a playoff level, since that's what they're saying, we should make the playoffs. Well, I don't know. Because I'm going to be honest with you, the honeymoon going to be over. Because, let me say it like this. When you look at the roster right now, and when you look at what we've seen in the preseason, because that's where a lot of the depth is playing. That's where a lot of the depth is there. So some of these guys that, we say, well, it's preseason. Well, if our guys get injured, some of these guys that you saying, well, it's just the preseason. Now, this is the guy that we're going to be playing. You understand? These are some of the guys. They've invested hard into Joe Milton. I said Joe Milton should not be the second quarterback. I've been saying he's not ready. And if Joe Milton is our second quarterback, because our quarterback, Dak Prescott, consistently for the last few years has gotten hurt. If Joe Milton is the guy, we're in trouble. I'm just telling you that now. I'm not saying he trash, but he ain't ready. He ain't learned. He don't know how to throw he's still learning. He don't know how to throw a finesse ball compared to a fastball. He just don't know yet. He don't read defense. He stares at receivers. He doesn't do it. I mean, if guys get hurt this year, I see William. Hey y'all, this is my first time looking. Listen, William is right. Mingo is out. And even with 6 to 7 weeks, here's the thing. When the 7 weeks are over or the 6 weeks, is he really gonna be ready? When you start talking about knees, can he take a hit? Because guys gonna tackle him, don't hit him in his knees. I mean, come on. Is he ready to play? I'm just telling you the truth. Our guys better stay healthy this year. Based on what I seen in the preseason. Oh my God. Oh my God. We so thin on quarterback. And see, that's why I can handle Jerry and Steven now. Look, good God. I mean, what? We're not going to add to this? I mean, hey, what? We think that our quarterbacks can't get hurt. Seriously. Seriously, y'all. I'm looking at Jerry and Steven like, I know y'all seeing the same practices. I know y'all looking at the practice. I know y'all see how thin we are at cornerback before we start getting in the rear. Andrew Booth, I don't care nothing about that one pick six. That one pick six play compared to all the other raggedy plays he's done and get his brains beat out on the field. We are one injury away from Andrew Booth hitting the field. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? And if Andrew Booth is on the field, what hope do you have? I mean, seriously, what hope do you have? And so I don't want to listen. I don't want, and I'm almost parked now. I'll be able to speak to everybody. I don't want. I'm saying that's on Jerry and Steven. That's on Jerry and Steven, y'all. What did you do to stack the team up? There's a term say stack the deck. Shoot, forget stacking the deck. Did you even deal the cards? You know what I'm saying? No, you just said, no, our roster's fine. We gonna stay right here. We believe in our guys. We believe in Andrew Booth. We believe in all it. Come on, man. Come on, man. I was there. Yeah, exactly. What's up, Keystone? I ain't see you here, bro. Booth, I'm saying Booth is already on the field. Y'all be honest. What hope do you have with Booth? I've seen enough of Booth. I don't look, y'all get excited because he finally made, watch this, a play. One play. One play. He made one play. That's it. One play. One. That's it. Tell me what else he did. The honeymoon is over, y'all. And unfortunately, Schottenheimer will have to answer for the Andrew Booths. When really, the person that should be answering it is the good old Jerry Jones, whose thing come out there. He ain't worried about no roster right now. Y'all know what Jerry Jones worried about. He worried about this Netflix special that come out today that all of us are gonna watch. I will watch it soon as we get home. You see what I'm saying? That's what Jerry wants. Guess what? That's what's gonna happen. But you got the Andrew Booths that's about ready to play. And so again, because it's almost too late now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can go ahead. You can add. It's still some guys out there. You know what I'm saying? It's some guys out there, but the Cowboys ain't gonna get them. The Christian Wilkins, the Stephon Gilmores, the all these guys. They ain't gonna they're not gonna go get them. They're not. That's been proven. So when you look at the roster, you know, and y'all know I'm a Cowboy fan, so I'm just saying, like, okay, other than Pickens and Booker, and those type of guys change games. I will say that. Dak and CD, that is game changers. Those are game changers. Those are game changers. Guys like that are game changers. I'll give you that. They can do it. You know, on the defensive end, because you got to play. I'm cool with the linebackers, but on the defensive front and the cornerbacks, because of injury, I'm not cool. You know, and I'm not judging by the preseason play. I'm not, because those guys are third, second, some starters will play, but overall, you're trying to find out and trying to get depth. I'm not judging what I'm saying off the preseason play. Preseason is preseason. I get it. My quarterback has not played. My running back has not played. My wide receivers have not played. My tight end has not really played. I'm not judging Philadelphia off of it. But what I am saying is, for the day is that kickoff against Philadelphia, they better come out fast. Because if they don't, for this purpose of this show, Schottenheimer is going to take a whole lot of bullets. And some of those bullets really should be intended for Jerry and Steven. That's really all I'm saying. The way that the preseason, I've said it before, I say it again, and I'm going to let you guys go. The Cowboys offensively in the preseason have come up with uh, uh, those real slow starts, all the 3 and outs. We can't do that against Philly, because that's gonna be the narrative, and all the questions gonna start off a shot. Why didn't you play him in preseason? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you let them get it? They just seem a little. They're gonna say, well, if that's his first time playing, why didn't you play him? That's what they're gonna say. That's what they're gonna say. And it's gonna be a problem. All right. That's what I was saying. The honeymoon is just about over. And you know, people gonna start getting tired of the smooth gift and gab of Schottenheimer in a minute. I'm not tired of it because the honeymoon ain't started yet because week one not here. So he good with me. I'm just saying I can see this coming. And he gonna take some bullets, man. We playing the world champions, y'all. A team that obviously is gonna run the ball on us. And we haven't done anything to me to really address the situation. Not me. Solomon Thomas that's not addressing it. Peyton Turner, that's not addressing it. It's depth, but it's not really addressing the issue. Perrion Winfrey, I ain't got nothing to say about him. I like him, but let's just be honest. You got him from the XFL. That speaks for itself. Ain't nothing really to say there. We're not addressing the issue, so we got to go see Philly. Starting off, you know what gonna do. You know Barkley gonna get the ball. You know this. You know Jalen Hurts gonna run the ball. You know they got the best offensive line in the game. And what have you done? We've been knowing we've been gonna play Philadelphia week one for a long time now. And my question is, what have you done to see? I'm good. You know, the Giants after that. Okay. I ain't worried about the Giants yet. I want to know what have you done? You done had almost 5-6 months since the schedule come out. You knew you were playing Philadelphia. You know what they're bringing to the table. What have you done to counteract the Philadelphia Eagles? If it's one game that you should be ready for, it's the first one because you don't gonna have 6 months to prepare for the first game of the year. Whoever that game was gonna be, you've had since the schedule release, you've had all this time to get ready. And when I asked the question, what have we done to get ready for the Philadelphia Eagles from a defensive standpoint? I got to tell you, I'm let down. Watch this, William. Even if you sign Michael Parsons, I'm still let down because I've seen Parsons in the game and I've still seen us get ran on. Michael Parsons helps. I'll say Michael Parsons get ran on. So when you ask that question, that really is the question. Not the Giants in week 2. Not week 3. Not well, no. We've had all this time to get ready for the Philadelphia. In a bad place. But we've asked the question. You need to ask yourself the question: what have we done to get ready for the Philadelphia Eagles, who we knew we were playing for almost 3 to 4 months? What have we done defensively? Oh, we did something offensively. Oh, yes, we did. And if the game plan is go 35, that's just about what we're gonna have to do. Cause we might give up 28. That's really all I got to say, y'all. Man, I appreciate y'all. Keystone, William, I got to go. William, hallelujah. What's up? Mr. Burns, how you doing? Jay Bryan, always my brother. Timothy, how you doing? I'm just speaking to everybody that was in the chat real quick. Those are all the ones that I see wanted to talk. Hello to all of you that may be watching by Twitter. I can't see you guys. Nobody spoke to me from Twitter, but I know you're there. I appreciate all you guys hanging with me. Look, these just my random thoughts. Now, you may say I'm pessimistic. So be it. They haven't given me reason to. They may have given you reason, but they have not given me reason to be optimistic from the defensive side of the ball. I don't see it. I really don't. I really don't, yeah. And unless these guys come out swinging out the gate, the Elams and the Childresses and the Halls, unless there's something there that that's just unbelievable. Schottenheimer's going to have to answer a whole lot of questions, man. And some of those questions, the problem is going to be Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones. All right. Got to go to work. Y'all have a great day, man. We'll see you again. This has been the one and the only. Appreciate y'all. The Big Time Show.